Welcome to Module 1. We're going to explore the importance of newsletter in today's modern age of marketing. This is still an extremely important subject. A lot of people overlook it, but the ROI, return on investment, is extremely high. In an era of information overload, newsletters offer a direct communication with the audience. By sending newsletters, you can actually create a loyal audience base by sending them valuable insights, offers, discounts, or just pure valuable information they can learn from. Now let's delve into benefits of newsletter marketing for businesses. They allow you to establish long-term relationship, create a personalized experience with your followers and subscribers. By tailoring the content to their interests and needs, you can encourage further actions such as buying from your store once again. Did you know newsletter marketing has a significant impact on revenue generation? In fact, according to a recent survey conducted by DMA, every $1 spent on newsletter marketing can generate up to $42 in revenue, which is return on investment. So every $1 you spend can generate up to $42, which is never been seen on any type of digital marketing platform. Secondly, newsletters drive engagement and traffic to your linked sites. Let's say you don't have a linked site, but you have an affiliate offer. That way you can get people to your related affiliate pages and then get them to purchase a product, so you get a cut out of that. Also, newsletters offer unique opportunities like upselling, cross-selling, downselling, offering new business services, offering new product launches. That way you can contribute to your bottom line of the business straight away without additional spend on marketing. In the upcoming modules, we will dive deeper into strategies, best practices, and tactics that you can implement to create and optimize your newsletter campaign. We will cover topics such as crafting compelling newsletter content, optimizing open and click-through rates, segmenting your audience, and leveraging automation. Also, we will learn to track and analyze our performance. By the end of this course, you will have the necessary information to successfully create, launch, optimize newsletter campaigns so you can better engage with your audience and ultimately make more money. Hey everybody, how are you doing? Now we're going to cover why we want to build that newsletter. So what is the main purpose? So I see a lot of people that charge for newsletter, but it is actually defeating the purpose of a newsletter. So they have weekly subscriptions. Usually those newsletters are actually not profitable. So you have to spend a lot of money, and the people have no idea about what's in that newsletter, what you're gonna send to those people. And previously you have to deliver a lot of tons of value. Ideally, people have to know who you are. If you're not a huge celebrity, most likely people are not going to subscribe. Pay to be in your subscription, right? People usually, even if it's free, they unsubscribe. So if you even charge for that newsletter, you're gonna lose a lot of people. It is gonna defeat the purpose. That's why I wanted to get that out of the way, and I want to say use free newsletters. You know what I mean by this is use this as a lead generator and then sell people more products. So in this case, we want to do sales via our newsletter. We don't want to charge for our newsletter. We want to make it free so we get people, give people exclusive content. We will cover what type of exclusive content that we have to offer them so they want to be part of the newsletter because they're gaining so much value. And then once we are delivering that value, we want to sell them, upsell them if they bought some products before us. If they haven't bought products from us, we want to make sales. If you're launching a new product, we want to make them aware of that fact. And then we can, maybe you're generating leads, your main lead generation, if you're selling a high ticket product, let's say $1,000 and up, you want to get them on a one-on-one call via your newsletter. Otherwise, it's hard to sell a product over $1,000 if you have no contact with that person. People usually sell on the phone if you're selling something over $1,000. That's the main goal. And now in this module, in this section, we're going to cover how we can actually source that newsletter. What do I mean by this is like get the engine, fuel. So if you consider the newsletter as an engine, our fuel is people. So we have to get people into our newsletter so we can start to make sales, upsell them, get them know that we're releasing a new product, and get one-on-one calls. The main thing that I suggest, underline time and time again, make it free, and then we have to give them a reason to subscribe. Now we're going to cover this. First and foremost, we have to consider offering valuable incentive for them to subscribe to our newsletter. They have to have a reason to subscribe to our newsletter. If we have an e-commerce website, meaning if we are selling some sort of a product on our website, like an e-commerce store, the way we can ship it, or it can be a digital product, we have to give them an incentive. That incentive will be special discounts of the next product. Second incentive will be, if they subscribe to our newsletter, they will claim a free shipping. Thirdly, they will have access to specific products that nobody else can have access to. So these are the three compelling reasons that you can offer to your e-commerce website visitors. These subscription offers will come in pop-up forms. So I don't suggest you use the pop-ups right when they land on the website. I see a lot of e-commerce websites doing this. Even though like they have no experience on the site, they haven't spent even 10 seconds on the site, you will see the pop-up. Even your offer is extremely good in this case, people will disregard this and click on the X on top right corner. My suggestion is wait at least 5 seconds or 10 seconds minimum to give your offer. Otherwise, under 10 seconds or 5 seconds, people are not going to be able to purchase anything anyways. So if they spend more than 5 seconds, they're more likely to buy your product, right? In this case, we want to pop our offer. It can be either discounts on a random product, claim your 20% discounts. In the second case, claim your free shipping. Or in the third case, have access to our exclusive products that nobody else can have access to. I suggest use it as a pop-up form. When they land on your website, wait at least 5 seconds, and in this case we will get their email addresses right away because we're giving them incentive for them to subscribe. Otherwise, if you don't give an incentive and we say subscribe to our newsletter, we will provide value or exclusive newsletter, they won't, right? In this case, we want to give them something back in exchange for their email addresses. Hope you're having fun so far, guys. If you are enjoying this, please consider giving me a review. That will help me, and a lot of entrepreneurs and business people or just people who are into education help a lot. Thank you. This is the second tactic that we can use to get people to subscribe to our newsletter, and this is by far my favorite, and it is even more effective than the first one that we covered for e-commerce stores. This can be for any type of business, but I don't suggest using this specifically for e-commerce products. I suggest using this if you have a service-based business or if you just have a website that you're not selling anything yet. It could be just anything, guys. Once people land on your website, offer a free ebook, cheat sheet, or anything downloadable right then and there. So you offer that for free. Usually, let's say you're charging $99, $19, but you're offering them for free. A lead magnet or a cheat sheet works the best. I will show you some examples of this, and you can easily create those on ChatGPT. We will offer those in exchange of their email addresses. A lot of business owners on YouTube, you can see under their video descriptions, you can see people are just offering that type of cheat sheet in exchange of people's email addresses. They're not selling this, they're offering that in exchange of their emails. So in this way, we're not selling them anything upfront, but we are giving them value for free, but we're getting their email addresses. Once we build some connection and gain their trust in the emails, newsletters, we will be able to sell them later on in our connection. But we have to make sure our newsletter content aligns with our free lead magnets. In this case, let's say if our lead magnet is how to cook amazing meals, 10 steps free ebook guide, but our offer is like, let's say, marketing agency, right? Our website is about marketing agency. That would not really resonate with a lot of people. So there's kind of a discrepancy in what we offer and what we have on our website. What I suggest, if you, let's say, offer a service on one-on-one coaching for business owners, then if you offer a lead magnet that specifically gives them free tips on how to scale their businesses, that will be extremely valuable for those people who visit your site, because those people who visit your site are your target audience, and then they will be able to get access to that ebook, they will gain value, and you will get their email addresses. Your website and landing pages plays a crucial part in terms of getting people to subscribe to your newsletters. In this section, we will discuss optimization strategies so we can ensure a smooth experience as well as increasing the number of people signing up for our newsletter. Start by placing a clear and visible sign up button. Just to keep in mind, I'm not talking about pop-ups here. These strategic placements include headers, footers, and also sidebar placement. Our goal is to make it visible and effortless for our visitors to become subscribers to our newsletters. When creating a specific landing page dedicated to getting people's emails to our newsletters, we have to clearly communicate what we're gonna give back to them once they give their emails to us. So these are gonna be including benefits of signing up to our newsletters, what are the incentives that we're gonna give back to them, what they can expect to receive, and how they can access to the downloadable piece. If we clearly communicate the value proposition of signing up to our newsletter or given the free ebook, for instance, they will feel like they're getting a bargain by giving their email addresses to us, so they can receive whatever the freebie or discount they're gonna get. Finally, let's optimize the post-subscription experience for the users. Don't worry, we will cover this in depth in later modules. When they subscribe, underline a clear welcome message so they can feel included in what they accomplished. Use this opportunity to thank them and give them some expectations about when they can receive their upcoming newsletter piece. Or in this case, let's say we are offering a free downloadable piece, let them know how they can access that downloadable piece, whether it is going to be in their inbox, or you should make sure they check their spam folders. Sometimes it can go in their spam folders, or they can maybe download that right away then and there on the page. So let them know how they can access to that free piece and how often you're going to mail them. This was the end of this section, and again, don't worry, we're going to cover more in depth on how to create and craft our pop-ups. In this section, we will explore how to define our newsletter goals and identify specific needs and interests of our target audience. Let's start by identifying our newsletter goals. As we covered in the first section, do we want to gain traffic? Is that our sole goal? Or do we want to gain affiliate traffic? Meaning we want to drive traffic to our affiliate site, or are we selling certain products and we want to generate sales to those products? Defining this specific goal will shape our content directly. Let's say we have an e-commerce store and we want to make direct sales to that e-commerce store. In this case, our goal will be specifically different, and we will use a lot of visuals to create offers for that specific type of product. And we can create catalog sales, and we can showcase different products in one single email, and then we can create certain discounts for those products to generate sales. Now, let's say we're selling an information-based product, and we can create story-based email, which we will cover, and I will give you story email templates, and you can directly implement your product name or information product name or service name and directly use it when you're writing email content. Next, we have to conduct a thorough research to understand our target audience. What are their demographics, interests, age, gender? By gaining insights to their interests, specific needs, and preferences, we can tailor our content. Let's say our target audience is male aged between 18 to 35 and single males, and we can tailor our content to target that specific audience. Let's say we are selling a dating service, and in this case, we know their needs, we know they're single, and we can give them weekly tips on how to get better when they're dating or talking to the opposite sex. By this time, I'm pretty sure you already identify what you are selling or trying to sell. Now let's cover how to identify our audience demographics. We will use two tools. If you have an Instagram site, right now I'm on my Instagram, but you have to switch to business dashboard, business profile, and then we can see our insights on who is looking at our profile. And the other tool I'm going to use is Google Analytics. I will sign up to my Google Analytics right now. I suggest you use Google Analytics for only. You will put your website in here, and then moving on, you will be able to see specific audiences and demographics and what they're interested in. But for this, you need to have some website data. If you don't have website data, you won't be able to see those specific data that I'm seeing this. For this, you will need to have, as I said, certain website traffic. If you don't have it yet, it's okay. Just connect your website to your Google Analytics, and once you have some data and traffic on your website, you will see a lot of customer segmentation and who is looking at your website. These are the two tools that I use to specifically identify who is actually looking at my website. And also, if you have a YouTube channel, you can use YouTube to identify your target audience. The third way to do this is my favorite website, ChatGPT. I'm going to type in whatever I'm selling, and I will ask ChatGPT to act as a business marketing manager. Most important thing, once we write this, I'm selling leather wallets online. Tell me what possible target audience, give me detailed analysis. And most importantly, before I click enter, I want to type in, I want you to act as a business marketing manager who is in the industry for at least 20 years. So I want this to act really experiencedly, and this is going to give us a really detailed and accurate answer. So we're just going to click next, and we can see our target audience is specifically given by ChatGPT. Style and fashion conscious, income level, professional and business oriented, ethical and sustainable shoppers. You can see it has given us specific, super specific details about our audience, 25 to 45. We can see purchase luxury, high quality items, leather. Both men and women can be our potential customers, but it's worth noting men traditionally have been primary customer for wallets. This is good. We know our audience, specific target audience is 25 to 45. Men interested in fashion and style, high quality products. Income level, so we can see different income levels, but moderately high income levels. So they consider this as a long-term investment. So we have a specific lens to looking at our target audience here. So leather wallets are often associated with professionalism and aesthetic symbol. So we know what we are targeting in this case. So now we can craft our newsletter specifically. Hey everybody, now we're gonna go over the MailerLite tutorial. MailerLite is gonna be the software that is free that we can use to write our newsletters and promote our services. Why I don't suggest MailChimp, which is a really big popular software platform. I'm not affiliated with none of them, but MailerChimp is becoming more and more expensive. That's why I don't suggest you using MailerChimp. And their free tools are really limited because they established themselves, because we're gonna go over with MailerLite, and it has every possible functions that MailChimp has. So what we're gonna type in MailerLite, and this is the screen that will come up. We're gonna click on the first organic result, which is MailerLite. We're gonna continue. Once we sign up, they're gonna ask us to actually verify ourselves and how we're collecting those information of the people. This part is critical. Why? Because they want to prevent spams as much as possible. Spams are scammy content, right? A lot of people just send scammy emails on inbox. If you look at your spam folder, you will see a lot of those. So that's the reason they want to eliminate those people using their platform, so they have a name that is valid and well respected and trusted on the marketplace. So we're gonna sign up here on the top right hand corner. As you can see, company or organization, this is critical. So let's type in something. Trial name is going to be Jim. Let's put an email address, which is going to be this quadrillion-man@gmail.com. Password, type your password in, guys, and create the account. So we're gonna have access to 1,000. Okay, we have the sign up. We signed up now, so I will just get this out of the way. All right, I just signed up. So we need to verify our email address. Click on verify. All right, now we verified it. Now we have to complete our profile, and then let's complete the profile, and then you will have these sections here that you will be able to complete: organization, interest, subscriber, tools, and finish. And then it's pretty straightforward. Let's jump in how it looks once you follow all these steps. All right, guys, now if you follow all these steps that I gave you, you're gonna have a screen like this. Maybe your dashboard will be empty, but it's perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about nothing yet. So the important step is, let's cover the first things first. I will go over the dashboard. This is the dashboard that you will see. If you haven't launched anything yet, you will not see a recent or last campaign. You will have total active subscribers. So the most important thing, if you don't have any subscribers yet, that's okay. We will slowly get our subscribers with the strategies that I will give to you now. But my main goal in this module is to show you how this platform works. And the dashboard is pretty simple, guys. You don't have to upgrade it. So this is the free plan. As you can see, I've been using the free plan, and you can click on campaigns and you will be able to start a brand new campaign from scratch. So I will go over the creating a new campaign, but I want you to see the interface. So you will have the sent ones, the draft ones that you didn't publish yet, and outbox. So only worry about drafts and sent so far, and you will click on create and you will be able to create your first campaign. Let's go over this a little bit. So these campaigns are going to be one-off campaigns. So you can name your campaign. It could be anything that you want. Trial, let's say, and then you can start a regular campaign, send to a selected subscribers, or do an A/B split test. Let's say you're testing free offer headline, subject line, versus a different type of subject line. You're testing that against one another, and you know at the end of the subject line, you will say, okay, and I use this headline that works way better than the other one, right? So let's save and continue. And let's build a mock campaign, which is pretty simple. So campaign name, as I said, we are going to see this, only we are going to see this, not anybody else. Subject line is going to be the thing that they will see in their emails. So subject line is going to be this little thing, security alert in this case, right? So let's go to my other subject line. Let's go here. For instance, let's see. This is the one, your receipt from loads of laundry balaclava, Balenciaga, right? Before and after video, Google. Those are the subject lines, the first thing that people look at on the subject lines. I will give you a template when we actually run our first serious campaign that you can use free email subject lines that are guaranteed to get high click-through and open rates. So I suggest, I will just go over it briefly, but I will cover this in the future. Don't write like a professional. So what do I mean by this? A lot of people really pay attention to the capitalized letters, important, please look at this email. So let's take a look. So just ignore what is written, but just pay attention to how I wrote this. You see the capitalized letters in front, like in the first letter of every word. Like, have you ever received any email like this from a friend that you open? No, not at all. Even your work colleagues don't capitalize every word in the beginning. So you see this and deem it psychologically and say, okay, this is a promotional email. I should just ignore this. That's why don't ever capitalize unless the first letter of the first word that you're writing, unless it's the first sentence, the first word of the first sentence, don't capitalize anything, right? Important. Even don't use commas. I don't really suggest you use commas, but if it's going to defeat the meaning, you can use it. Important, please take a look at this. Now take a look at this, guys. It looks way more personalized, that it seems like it is coming from a person, a friend, a colleague, or you're from your boss, right? I will definitely look at this. And excessive capitalizations the system will detect it, and they might send you to spam. And I will give you a free cheat sheet as well that will show you which type of words you should avoid when you're writing a newsletter or a subject line, that the algorithm will deem it as a spam. So you should avoid certain words when you're writing a subject line. So in this case, as I said,
Avoid excessive capitalizations and write it as you're writing to your friend. Important, take a look at this, and it has to be interesting. Curious, why? Question. I usually don't go over 40 characters. 40 characters is my limit. That's about it, guys. Like in the subject line, you can insert personalizations here. You can say name, curious why, name. So when you import your subscribers, it will say, let's say this is James and last name is McGregor. And it will say curious why James. So this is automatically getting his first name here. So you simply click on insert personalization. You can click company name, country, whatever, but name and surname makes sense the most. You can change who is this from. I sometimes play around with this. Your favorite marketer. I just play around. It just makes it funny. Usually I just play around with this, as I said. Tracking options. You can go ahead with track opens, or you can track enable UTM tags so you can see where the traffic is coming from when you look at your Google Analytics. But it is more of an advanced tool. I don't suggest you worry about that now. So we're going to click next. So we're going to come to the content section. What type of email that we want to create? So you won't see this, by the way. This is one of my previous emails. So you're going to see templates, start from scratch, template gallery, and recent emails. So template gallery, you can choose from templates, but these are mainly for e-commerce purposes. So if you have an e-commerce, go ahead and use one of those, because these work really well with e-commerce. You can showcase a lot of products. But if you don't have an e-commerce store and you want to use newsletter to sell info products or courses or one-on-one calls, or you want to sell something else that's just not a product, tangible good, I don't suggest you use this. Let's cover what type of, so you can like preview this and then edit whatever on it and put your images of the products. You can do that if it's an e-commerce. But if it's not an e-commerce, I suggest start from scratch. And you will have three options here. I suggest the first two, because this one is a paid tool. You can either choose drag and drop editor or rich text. The drag and drop editor is mainly useful if you, as I said, if you're using a lot of products, showcasing a lot of visuals. But I suggest visuals look good, but they seem like a lot of promotional emails. So when I go to my promotional, and you will see a lot of those, for instance, from Catch, right? It's an e-commerce site, a lot of images, bam. So Wired Daily, a lot of images. So this is not an e-commerce site. This is like a literal newsletter, but this is free. You can, but they are a super established brand and they're not here to sell anything. So our main goal is going to be selling stuff, right? All posters. So as you can see, it just falls into promotional right then and there. So the main goal that we want is not to fall into the promotion section. We want to be in their primary folder. That's our goal. So how we can do this? We can actually go with rich text editor, which is my favorite. It will seem like a regular. So when I first started email marketing and newsletter marketing, I thought it has to look super professional, like big brands do, right? Even though I was not selling a product, tangible product, I was selling a course, right? But it didn't work, because the main reason is people deem that as promotional right away. But if you write it as like a person writing to a person, that will look a lot more personalized and people read it, and those emails will fall into the primary folder. I usually start my emails like this, and curious, I will give you templates, we will go over that as well. Curious why, so that was our main headline, subject line. So I will create my story. The last day I was doing this, the last time I was struggling with this, I came up with this product and this how it changed my life, and I will do a PS. So let's say there's a huge paragraph here and then a PS. If you want to learn more about this, please click here. And then once they click it, they have the opportunity to buy a certain product or service. Let's go back. So this is how you create a rich text editor, which is basically a Word document, guys. Like, it is super simple. So once we click on it, drag and drop will enable us to use certain elements, videos, which will look more visually appealing. So you will land on a page which is similar to the previous one, but it looks way more like a website builder, right? If you have experiences with building a website, you will have a template here. You change the image, for instance, browse an image, and then let's go browse one, and I have my previous one, for instance. I have this one. You can take this out as well, put a button, put a link there, and play around with this, right? You can, let's say you want to put an e-commerce product, add this here. It's like a drag and drop, super simple. You can show your discount. It is mainly for e-commerce businesses. So let's cover what else we have. It is totally up to you, but as I said, if you're using e-commerce, go with drag and drop. If you don't have an e-commerce store, go with the rich text editor. All right, let's go to subscribers and let's see what we have in subscribers. So this is the fun part. This is where magic happens in terms of MailerLite. So we have all subscribers, segments, groups, fields, stats, cleanup, inactive, history. So I want to go first cleaning up the inactive. This is really important. A lot of people leave the, like, let's say you have 1,000 subscribers in here, but they leave it even though they haven't opened any email for a year. If that's the case, your inactive count will increase and the algorithm, the system will deem you as like a more spammy content. So you want to clean it up and your open rates will increase. And then the AI, once you add new subscribers into your list, the AI, the system, the mailer automations and artificial intelligence will not deem you as a spammy content. That's why that is really important. So once we click on clean up the inactive, they will give us 10, so list of contains inactive subscribers. You can see inactive for last month, last 6 months. You can say inactive for last 24 months. There's no one. I clean it up constantly. So inactive for 1 year, there's no one, as you can see. Inactive for 6 months. So we have 10 people. I usually clean those 10 people up who are inactive, never open my email. So if they haven't opened an email, those people are not interested anymore. So you can unsubscribe them and clean your service up. So that will, as I said, increase your deliverability. Deliverability is really important, guys. So you might send an email, but you fall into the spam folder right away. So cleaning those up, like ideally every 6 months, will increase your deliverability score. All right, so once we clean this part up, let's go to all subscribers. This is where you're gonna upload those people. Let's say on your website, you download the people who opted in from the pop-up, and then you will add those people to here. So you're gonna click on add subscribers, and they will have a specific format that they want you to upload here. You're gonna click on this. You will upload CSV or TXT format. So usually an Excel document is not gonna be CSV format. So what you want to do is come here and click on save, but you want to save as, of course. Click on it. And here, as you can see, it is not CSV, it is XLSX. So you're gonna click on it and you're gonna save as CSV, delimited. And then the way that you save, you will be able to upload those people. And they will give you the file that what is the format that you can upload the people. So you can copy and paste from the Excel sheet. You can add single subscribers, just name and email, but you won't have more segment data, or you can import from MailChimp if you have an already existing MailChimp account. MailerLite is really flexible in this. You can simply go ahead, and if you just don't waste time, create a name folder, email folder, column, and then maybe write interest, right? What they opted in for. If it's an email website pop-up, you won't be able to track that, segment that person. But let's say you have type of register, right? You type that in. Let's say, for instance, you have a specific ebook downloaders, or you have specific like pop-up subscriber. You type in, for instance, people who become a subscriber from the ebook, you type ebook, email name. Some people come from pop-ups, write pop-ups. So you can deem them as, let's say that person came from the pop-ups, that person came from the lead forms. If you learn at least a single bit, please consider giving me a like. That's all I ask. Continue learning. So let's go to forms underneath the subscribers on the left hand side. So you can create your first pop-up form and then you can embed that into your website. So let's create a first pop-up just to see you, just for you to see. It's a trial pop-up, and you can create a website sign-up forms that match your brand design. So that is totally up to you. You can play around with both. I usually go with pop-ups, and we can create our pop-ups here. So you can create a pop-up for selective groups, add a new group, totally up to you. You can say select all, add a new group, let's say trial. Oops, it's sort of taken, trial 1. All right, so we say continue. We can choose a template, launch countdown, for instance. In this case, you can say you will have 50% discount if you get into the, like, put your email address in here, or just, you know, buy. If you buy now, you will have, you know, that many number of something. You can play around with this. Subscribe. You can, you know, edit this time zone. The time that is left, notify me when launch. You will, like, claim your 20% discount. You can play around with this. You can and save it, and then you say done editing at the top right hand corner. All right, so we have, and as you can see, choose when you want to show the pop-up. As I always say, I don't suggest like earlier than 5 seconds, that because the people are not really ready to buy, in the mood yet. And I will do usually 10 to, let's say, 8 seconds here, and then show when result scrolls to 50%. Like, they have to see the 50% of the scroll for them to see it. It doesn't have to be. I don't really click that. So the main thing I want is that they spend at least 8 seconds on the screen. Frequency, set a period. They want to show your pop-up to the same user, and you can say always show specific time. You can do that as well, or you can say always show, save changes. And they give you the JavaScript snippet. So what you're going to do is copy this bad boy. If you're using WordPress, you can see there they have already plugins. If you're using Shopify, but if you're not using anything like a Shopify or WordPress, you can just get that and paste the code in the header section, or the footer section, or whatever they say here. Put the snippet on your website, yeah, close to the header tag, and bam, so you're good to go then, right? You don't have to do anything else. That's perfect. So as you can see, subscriber will be added to the selected group. So the people who subscribe to this will be added to these groups one by one. I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to select all of this. I did it just randomly, so you see how it is going on. And let's say you create a specific group, let's say specific subscribers for the pop-ups, and once people fill this form in on your website, they will go into this form automatically. So you don't have to manually download that and go to your website. So this was the form site. So there's this. Let's go to sites. So these are the specific landing pages that you can create on here, but I don't really suggest you use this version because you build the landing pages specifically on the CMS that you're using, WordPress, Shopify, whatever it is. Let's cover the automation real quick, and this is the advanced section that I will just skim through really fast, but it is the best thing that you can use when you're running newsletter marketing. So we're going to create a new automation on the top right hand corner, as you can see, the green button. All right, so we're gonna create a flow, right? So they give you some flow examples: simple welcome email, win back inactive subscribers, name promotion, retarget subscribers, online course. You have specific type of flows. So let's do trial 1, start building. All right, so this is fun. You will have a blank screen just like this, and the world is yours in this case. So you will create certain triggers, and you will tell the platform how you want to trigger those actions. In this case, we're going to say set up a workflow trigger. We're starting brand new. As you can see on the right hand side, they want us to pick something. What is the trigger? So how you want this flow to start from scratch? And you're gonna say when subscriber joins or when subscriber completes a form. So let's say we say when subscriber fills the pop-up form, right? Like let's say I want that, and the form is the one that we just created. We did this, and we're gonna click save, right? So they come into my Word of newsletter triggering automation when they fill that form. So you will click the plus sign. You will say, what should you send right away? Or do you want to send anything right away? Or you just want to wait for a little? You can say when they become a subscriber, I send them a welcome email, for instance. You say welcome email, and type the subject line, and then design the email, right? Let's assume we finish this and design the email. I'm gonna click a plus sign. I usually don't want to send them anything right away. So they already received the welcome email. They usually want to wait a little bit, right? I usually click delay, and I want them to wait for a little while. Usually 2 days is the best. I will say 2 days. You can say weeks, months, specific time of the day. You can say hours, minutes. 2 days is a usually great rule of thumb. And then you go on and build your whole system. I usually go on and write 10 different email sequences back to back, automated, so I don't have to manually go in and write specific emails every single time. So this is the overall look of the MailerLite, and we will dig deeper. So how can we create our newsletter and we can market to those people to sell our products and services? See you in the next one. The open rate of your newsletter is crucial, as it determines how many of your subscribers actually click and read your email. In this section of the course, we will discover strategies to improve your open rates so more of your subscribers can actually click and you can leverage more sales and make more money eventually. Before we start, it is important to note that industry averages for open rates varies from sector to sector. However, a benchmark to aim for is around 20 to 30%. This bracket of 20 to 30% is valid for most of the industries. But of course, if you have a really unique industry, make sure you check it and have an understanding of average benchmark open rate. The only most important thing that determines the open rate is our subject line. So let's cover and see what subject lines that we can use to get more opens. And the subject lines we're going to cover, you can steal them right away and use it in your emails, and you will see the change right away, a big increase in your open rates in your emails. Let's get right into it. Hey everybody, now we are going to cover important subject lines that you can steal right away. Take them from this page and then use it on your own subject lines. These some of this I got this from Bill Mueller. I think he's a good email copywriter. So some of the stuff works really well, and some of them I tweaked it myself to fit. Usually works better now. So please feel free to use it, steal it, and run it as you like. All right, let's get into it. So some of the words that are in there is going to be spammy words. So just be careful on those. Just double check. So these are the spam subject lines. So you should avoid these. In the bottom tab, just make sure there's a spammy words tab on the bottom, and there's a subject lines tab. So this is going to be under one folder, hopefully downloadable under this section, this module. All right, let's get into it. New product. So if you capitalize too much, this is high likely to go in the spam folder. But if you manage to get in there the non-spam folder, which is promotional or primary, you can actually get your email across with e-com products. So this works really good with e-com products, and some of them are really obvious. I didn't necessarily came in like typed in e-com here, and like info product and so on and so forth. So it is obvious, some of them. This is going to be huge. So it is more like a friendly vibe here. You are invited. So if I see this, I will definitely click. So it is not giving away a lot. So I'm not saying buy this course. Hey everybody, in this section, we're gonna learn how to write copy so we can use that copy techniques in our newsletter. This is really important. If you don't know copywriting, you are going to struggle when writing a newsletter to convince people to actually buy your product or service. We're gonna start with 8 proven copywriting formulas so you can implement them right then and there in your newsletters. And don't worry, again, I will give you some templates that you can just insert whatever you have in your products or services and then send your newsletters like that. And we're gonna cover the first
formula, which is winners versus losers. So this is a proven formula. Again, it works, and we're gonna make an agitation of comparison, what winners and losers look like. What we're gonna do actually in this case, loser is going to be a person who is not going to make a decision and what we have to offer. So that person, we want to portray that person as the person who is not taking an action, right, in this case. And our solution will get them to be the winner. In terms of info products and services, this works really well. If you have one product only and a problem solving product, we can use this right then and there. But if you have like a t-shirt e-commerce store, that wouldn't work, guys. So you don't need to use this. These formulas are mainly for info products and problem solving products or services again. So this is again, we have to underline and paint a picture why they should make this purchase, and if they don't, usually people don't make that decision are the losers. So we will portray that picture, and I will show you with the given examples and templates that how you can implement them right then and there. Them versus us. You can use this in info products, and also you can use this with service type businesses. For instance, the government wants to get tax from us. We want to agitate them, right? So we want to say you and the customer, the audience, your subscribers are a team together, and then there's someone that doesn't want you to succeed as a group, right? So in this case, we want to underline that our solution is going to break that barrier that the villain in this case that we create. Let's say the fitness experts hate us, and they don't want you to succeed, so they want to milk money from you every single time that you buy supplements. But our formula that burns fat every single time without any need for supplements is proven to work, and scientists also don't support this because they know how this can be a distractive product for fitness industry, billion-dollar fitness industry. Click down to learn more. Bam, this is an email that you can send right then and there. So this is one example. Discover how to use secret weapon of big banks and fat cats of in Washington to put wealth in your pocket. So this is the secret weapon. Who is the villain here? Big banks and fat cats, like the rich guys, right? And the people who are in the banks. They are the bad guys in this case, right? They're using this, and this is more of a headline in this case, right? Let's move on to 3 P's. This is a really popular copywriting formula again: praise, picture, and push. So this is good for going after a cold prospect. By the way, you can still use this for specific newsletters, but it doesn't really go for like every type of newsletter. So you have to segment your customers specifically. Let's say they become a lead, and then that type of lead is going to be in your, let's say, a one-on-one call segment in your MailerLite software, and then you want to go after them with this copywriting formula. Let's say you open with a great compliment, let's say respectful compliment. I know you are an entrepreneur that is hustling, because let's say they downloaded a free ebook on your site on entrepreneurship. You say, I know you're an amazing entrepreneur who is doing a lot of sacrifices. Use cause and effect reasoning and paint a picture. So we want to paint a picture in this case. We want to say, look, I know this, but you can be at this level if you get some support that you need. And then you will picture this. At the end, you will have your time and freedom back. You can spend any time with your kids. Call to action, and we're going to use the 3rd P, which is click the link in below and see what's this program all about, or book a call, right? In this case, we have an example. This is used in an ad, but I saw this in an email format as well. So let's see the 3 Ps here. You are standing on a mountain, 1,000 feet above the lights, gazing a city filled with millions of people unthinkingly moving about their ordinary life. So this guy is praising, Tai Lopez is praising us. So you are the entrepreneur. At the same time, he's actually painting a picture, right? You either join the masses down there or you continue to climb. So this is actually at the same time using 3P, and at the same time he's using winners and losers. So he's painting a super clear picture about who is the winner and who is the loser. At the same time he's painting the picture: praise,
first. He's praising us, and then painting a picture. Every step you make is a step telling them you can. This is your mountain. Everyone below says it's unbeatable, but you aren't everyone. I believe you can conquer this mountain. So he's praising us, and also still and painting the picture of how life will look like, and then punch. That's why I created the 67 steps. The 67 steps came from teachings of powerful and famous people who conquered their own mountain and have lived extraordinary lives. Now he's talking about, giving a lot of people use this product or service and using the punch and the call to action. All right, let's use the SCH formula. So we have a star, big idea. Big idea can be anything, guys. Don't really think about you have to come up with a really unique thing. You don't have to. The big idea usually stands for a unique selling proposition. So a lot of big businesses share their unique selling proposition. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel in this case. The big idea is what is unique about your service. Let's say you have an digital marketing agency and your big idea is getting people first page results on search engine optimization, SEO, with a specific unique technique that you have, random technique that you just create that big idea, right? Even if you don't have a specific technique, but you just make it up, right? Chain, series of facts, resources, and benefits. So you have to make people believe your big idea, your star in this case, is real. So we got Johnny's website on the first page in first month. We got X's website on the first page in first month. This is how we do it. We use this formula. Hook, the reason they should buy, and call to action. And you at the end you say, if you want to get your page, if you can put in some proofs as well. If you don't rank on the first page in the first month, we'll just get your money back, and click and book a call with us now. Bam. This tactic is really used a lot on email newsletters. Newsletter marketing this is the backbone of a newsletter marketing strategy. A lot of big businesses use this. Good copywriters also use this, but you are free to do so. So you are free to do what you want. This is actually literally a BYAF tactic. So we're gonna talk about some stuff, and then at the end we're gonna say we can use this, by the way, with conjunction with other formulas. Let's say we do 3 P's: praise, picture, push, and at the end of the push we say, but you're free to do so. You're free to do whatever you want. So we're actually giving them an open door so they can escape. But with this tactic, they will psychologically be more inclined to stay and get our offer. So in this case, let's see one example in an email newsletter. We will be glad if you are willing to share some insights for our 2019 survey, but you are free to say no. Bam. So they put that at the end of the newsletter. I'm sorry to bother you, but can I ask a favor? But you are free to refuse. Bam. But you're free to do whatever you want. My wife and I need a new math tutor for our son. We believe that you will be the perfect teacher for him, but of course you're free to decide. So you can add this at the end of any type of email newsletter strategy. PAS formula. This is by far the most famous one. By far the most famous one, and by far my favorite one. Problem agitates solution. So you can use this with any type of problem solving product or service. It doesn't have, you cannot use it with random e-commerce shoes or something, but if you're selling like a specific type of shoe that is solving a specific problem for I don't know, spine aches or something, you can use this, right? PAS. You have to identify a problem. You have to agitate. So if you identify the problem and don't do anything else, it wouldn't change nothing. So they will say, yeah, whatever, I have the problem. They will not think about it. But you want to make them face their problems. You have to agitate that. So you cannot really use this on ads. You can use this, but if you try to agitate it too much, they might ban you because they don't like, directly addressing the customers. And if you're agitating, you're just underlining some issues with the customers, right? Some problems, and they don't like it. Big platforms like Facebook, Google, so on and so forth. In this case, with email newsletters, they're not gonna ban us, guys. Like the best thing about email newsletter is that you have the one-on-one connection with that person. The worst thing they can do is unsubscribe. That's it. And then after we agitate the solution, we're gonna agitate the problem. We're gonna offer a solution, right? Let's see one example here. So because this is really important, guys.
So, what is the problem? I never seem to say the right thing. So that's the problem. So this guy is probably not really good with girls, or from what I see with the headline of the new email newsletter, or just randomly talking to people, right? Trying to talk to people can be stressful. How do I know what to say? We think we have so much to offer, and that if people got us, they will love us. But then we'll try to have a conversation. We put our foot in our mouth. And then he puts my name is this. We will teach you to be rich. Let's go cover here. After years of figuring out what separates the social naturals, quote unquote, from everyone else, I finally cracked the code. Now I want to show you how you can talk to anyone, anytime, and anywhere, anytime, even if you've always been socially awkward. So this is the problem. How do I stop being so awkward? So he underlined that, made it like really bold. So he's agitating that problem, being not able to talk to people. And solution, let's see the solution, what he has to offer. Today I want you to I want you to see the exact strategies, methods, and tactics you can use to improve your social skills immediately. Here's what you have to share: how to make conversation, and then he generates the leads, right? So he's using that in the lead generation to generate more one-on-one booking. So, and let's cover one more, which is really famous one of the top ones usually. A lot of big brands use this. AIDA formula. So they teach in master classes. So this is really well known, like academic formula. Attention, interest, desire, and action, which is called AIDA model. So we want to get the attention and raise the interest, and we're going to get the desire, and we have the action. Let's see one ad, but you can use this, of course, in any type of newsletters, right? Light speed. What is this? Like you see this and think about, oh my god, what the hell is this? It gets your attention, right? And then you see the incredibly thin and light MacBook Air is now more powerful than ever. It features brilliant display and Magic Keyboard, Touch ID, processors. Now it got my interest, right? Interesting, because they have all these new features, so on and so forth. And then the sleek wedge-shaped design is created from 100% recycled aluminum, making it greenest Mac ever. And with all the battery life, now I'm getting more interested. So I have now desire. Now starting at $999, got my it is the action taking point. Let's cover the last one. This is the last one, BAB formula. BAB formula is kind of similar to the this formula, winners and losers. So, but it is coming with a different approach. Let's see what it has to offer: before, after, and bridge. So we're talking about losers kind of, after the winners, but we are not actually deeming them as losers or winners or by anything else. So we are showing them with the problem, how's their life looking like before the solution, and we are showing how their life looking like after the solution, after we solve their problem. And then we're going to talk about how we can actually bridge that gap. So let's see one example in an email newsletter. Let's see how it goes. Hi, so before and after, they're doing it before and after here. What would your dream and email list look like? So they're talking about now, after first. So you can change the places. Don't worry about it. They're talking about how the after is looking like now. 0 spam traps, 0 people who mark you as spam, 0 bounces, ? Subscribers who allow getting your emails and rush to open them every single time. Okay. We're asking too many questions, but this is the dream email list of yours. It is not hard to achieve. We've got more than 60,000 awesome customers across the globe, and who will tell you that. Bam. Now before and after, right? They're showing you're getting spams, and this is the life without them, right? Check out what Edward Kern says in his review on Trustpilot. And he's talking about some, social proof here. Let's see the bridge. Let's see how they bridge that gap. This means that we're utilizing Google email addresses. We are staying off the backlists, and the emails are actually reaching the inboxes. We are a highly valuable service. This week you get 25% more than of what you buy for free. And then they're off bridging that gap, and they're saying, yeah, our email addresses are, our service is 0 bounce tactic email marketing plan that you get your emails delivered every single time. They paint the picture here, before and after, and then they're bridging it with their service. So these are the formulas that you can think about every time when you're writing any type of newsletter, right? Keep those in mind. You can download this piece, by the way. Also, you will have access to it, and we will see the templates and story type of emails. But by the way, you can use these all formulas in the stories as well, which we will cover, and write a copy and go over the templates. See you in the next one, guys. Since we covered the open rates and how we can actually increase the open rates with specific subject lines, now it is time to talk about the CTR. The click-through rate is actually CTR. CTR is a metric that measures the percentage of people who clicks a link in an email newsletter. In other words, it is an essential metric to evaluate effectiveness of our email campaign. On average, across different industries, CTRs varies between 2% to 5%. Of course, as I said, if you have a really unique industry that you're operating on, or you have a super different website in a super different niche, take a look at your niche on industry averages on Google and you will be able to find that pretty easily. But on average, try to go above 5%. If you're above 5%, you're above the average of click-through rates. That's a good indicator that your story copywriting or general copywriting techniques are working really well and people are clicking on the link. So pay close attention to that metric and analyze it after every single campaign. And now in this section, we will go over how we can actually increase our click-through rates and get people to click so they can buy and purchase or become a lead in future. Before we go, I have to mention certain industries that usually have higher CTRs, such as fashion, retail, and technology. Keep on watching, and if you're enjoying this, give me a review. That will be appreciated a lot. Thank you so much. Hey everybody, now it is time to go over the actual emails that we're gonna get the CTRs to the roof and make crazy amount of sales. Are you ready? Let's get into it. You will have access to that as well, as I said, and you will have access to the example that I sent and made tons of pre-sales out of just sending a couple of emails back to back using this storytelling technique. But I don't suggest you, of course, just write one email. You keep on writing emails. I will give you the exact timing, the scheduling of the emails in the upcoming modules, but let's cover the core, the main thing that we're going to use in our email newsletter. A lot of people just shoot up the exact whatever they're selling, buy this, buy no. So we're going to cover the story email writing technique. Let's go over. So you're going to go over the exact subject lines that we covered, and then we're going to come to email body, and you're going to come, the blue parts, by the way, signifies that you're going to write your own. You're going to put your story here. So 1 XYZ years ago, so you can say 1 year ago, 10 years ago, I experienced something that would forever change how I do XYZ. You can say how I do my groceries. Maybe you just discovered the grocery app and you're selling that grocery app. How I do a certain thing, right? And here's what happened. And these emails captivate people. Even one sentence story can be captivating instead of putting just facts. Right? So it just resonates with them in the subconscious level. That's why we use stories. So we're gonna write the story here. Here's what happened. It can be, as I said, random stories. It doesn't have to be real. I will show you on my example what I wrote, and it is an example that was real, but in this case you can make it up. And I sometimes make up the stories as well. It doesn't have to be real. But of course, if it is real, you can put more detail in and more stuff, and you can leverage ChatGPT and give you a small story. But in this case, you're gonna write your story. And here you can see how you can actually come up with that story and what you can include in the story. How you experiencing a problem, how you were experiencing. Let's say a couple of years ago, here's what happened. I was living in my mom's basement when I was like 35, right? You can just come up with it, random. Your struggle in trying to overcome. I was trying everything that I honestly could do. Like I didn't want to work 9 to 5 or something, right? And rock bottom moment. I remember that time I met my dream girlfriend, that it was our second date, and I was really like afraid to get her to my place because I was living with my mom in 35. That was our breaking moment. I realized I missed my the love of my life because of my financial situation, right? You're just agitating that story. The process, discover, or person that showed you the solution. It doesn't have to be how you found it. It can simply be a friend. Let's say and then that night you couldn't sleep, right? And then you saw a Facebook message coming up from your friend. It could be like a sales position, and you start applying to that position, and you started trying to sell cars, for instance. You couldn't do it, and then you came across a strategy. One of your mentors taught you, right? And the strategy changed your life. You started making more money, and then you saw your dream girl, and then you got whatever, right? You get the point. So we're creating a story in this case. In here, what you learn after that story. And at the end of it, I learned financial situations don't have to be the preventing factor of how we want to achieve our dreams, right? It shouldn't be the underlying problem that prevents us to live our lives to the fullest. And then you say, most importantly though, is the fact that it led me to XYZ. It led you to, for instance, you wanting to help those people in financial situations, and you're teaching them sales with a really extremely good, well-constructed sales job that teaches people how to sell anything and get any type of sales jobs so they can, be financially free. And talk about how that accomplishment felt really good. So you want to put that across there, because in this case we're doing problem, agitate, solution at the same time. We covered that copywriting technique. We're doing that right now. So the problem we're injecting that problem, agitate, solution, PAS framework in this copy, and we're talking about how we agitated and now how we're solution is this, how that we felt accomplished, and our solution is that sales course or sales training that we have. But really that it was amazing feeling now. You got the chance to take your dream girl to dinner, and she was really impressed, and you took her to your penthouse, like on top of the city or something. But what really made this special wasn't taking what you learned and sharing with others. Now you're teaching other people and helping countless others do the same. Now we're going to put a testimonial. A person, let's say Jack, who is in his 30s, you helped him, get his life in order, help her mom pay for cancer bills or whatever it may be, right? A random testimonial. I don't suggest you lie about it, of course, but if you don't have a product, you can just skip this part. Success and happiness in life is never meaningful until you make it about someone else other than yours. I firmly believe that. So you're going to use this. Don't change anything here. Just change the ones in the blues, right? And then we go on. Rail against the misinformation that assaults us every day, and others, as much help as I can for those who follow the simple path to your audience desired success point, which is being financially free in this case. Whatever you sell, right? You just insert what you have here that have laid out for you. My program works for everyone who is XYZ suffering from that problem. You put that in: financial freedom, not being able to sell, who your target audience is. We covered that part, right? You will identify your target audience from the previous modules, and you should know your target audience by now in this course. And that's because it's based on simple fundamentals that will never stop working, rather than all the nonsense you hear from so-called experts. And we are doing, in this case, what we are doing here, we are implementing another copywriting technique, which is them versus us. So we are, alienating the other part who are selling, expensive stuff that are not working from so-called experts. But we are actually us. I am giving you the solution, helping you, right? I don't care what your situation. It doesn't matter. And you describe the rock bottom stage and those pains in that situation. Right? Or it was a milder version of the problem that could anyone relate. You can put whatever you want in the blue section again, or maybe you describe the successful person who has found the solution and think, there's no reason I couldn't get there too, right? Forget all that. None of this is necessary. You always known you could do better. Click here and make this happen for yourself right now. And you're going to put the link here. This is a soft call to action. And you're going to say peace, go on, and then you're going to put a PS. PS, as I said, there's no image, nothing whatsoever. This is really personalized, really down to earth, a person-to-person email. You don't have to put images, different products. Of course, if you have an e-commerce site, that's a different story, right? You can just fill out the templates, that easy. You put the discounts in, put the product image, that's it. But if you're writing a true newsletter, this is the way to do it. Peace and the PS. Do you want to know the most amazing part of my transformation? XYZ time ago, 10 years ago, was it? You got to put that here. Years ago. Let's go back. Where were we? It's the fact that the results came so much faster than I would have expected. Bam. Now they will definitely 100% click on this ad. And your CTR will be higher than 5%. I guarantee you. Another example. So you can implement this as well. I want to tell you about a weird thing that happened to me recently. So we are arousing curiosity. They have to read the rest of the copy because we arouse the curiosity. And we are also using those subject lines that are interesting. This story is important in a way, but I will tell you why after the story. So now we're giving them a cliffhanger, so they have to wait till the end, right? This is the power of copywriting. I love this stuff. Here's what happened. Now, tell your story. The story doesn't have to be long. As I said, it will be similar to the one above, but it needs to give enough detail to be believable and engaging. Make sure your story has the following elements. So it has a problem. Details of the struggle involve other fascinating details related to the struggle. It could be anything. It doesn't, by the way, it doesn't have to be your story. It could be a story of your students, or story of your friend, a story of your mom, or story of your dad's childhood. It could be anything, but it has to be a story. And you put all these things, details here. Now here's the big takeaway from all this, and summarize a lesson that is useful to the reader, right? It has to be engaging, guys. Anytime you send an email, put a story there. Unless you have a really urgent call to action, let's say there's 1 day left for the discount or something, right? However, there are some crucial things to keep in mind as you apply these techniques to your situation. And after you give this tip here, you go down, list some finer or more nuanced points they might not have considered here. What those could it be, right? These could be additional benefits or additional tips, value that provide to them that you're taken away from that story. Let's say I've learned using more pronounced call to actions at the end of my emails. If you're selling something about emails, right? You put the emails, give value. Let's say if you're writing a sales copy, give a sales tip. And then what will happen is there are a lot more I want to tell you about this, but I've shown this is tip of the iceberg. So they will think, oh gosh, like this guy is giving me all this value here for free, and this is for free. And if this is the tip of the iceberg, I cannot believe what he's selling me, what type of value that it contains, right? He will be blown away. And now what I'm gonna say, I urge you to check out, describe the product or service here. And then so you can solve a problem or achieve the dream outcome. Click here, bam. So this is how powerful this is, guys. And you will see an example of my copy here that I did. You will see the one that I wrote for myself. I created that story. And this is a real picture, me doing Uber Eats on the bicycle, not electric. My legs were on fire. I literally exaggerated every single thing that I exaggerated a little bit, of course, but I didn't made stuff up. This is all real, guys. This is all real. So that's why it is a little bit more believable if you write, because you remember exact details. But of course you can make up some stories as well from your friends or family, or a random person that you came across the other day, or your student. It could be anything random, but if you do it like that, the stories that you lived actually will be more believable. So this is a story that I sold a lot of pre-sale courses, and this was a winner campaign, and I put an image, but make sure the images are not professional. The images shouldn't be about the product or service. The image is literally about me. Look at me with the Uber Eats bag and with the product, and it was like COVID or something. It is literally a real life me struggling. It doesn't have to be like you struggling, but it could be something weird, right? Like you can put a meme there. Don't put the product. When they see it, they will just, it's a promotional. They will not read it. So with this one, we put a PS, they will see, okay, interesting. Let me just click and learn more if you put that in the PS. That's it for this session, guys. You will see all the modules underneath. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to ask. For those who haven't liked yet, Uncle YouTube needs to know this is a good video. Come on, please. That's all I ask. And sorry for interrupting. Continue learning, please. Thank you. In this section, we covered the importance of open rates, what is the industry benchmarks of open rates, and how we can increase the open rates with the given subject lines. And you have access to the specific subject line list that you can pick and choose from. And also, what we covered in addition to that was the CTR, which is click-through rate. How many people actually click and visit the sites that we sell a certain stuff, product, or service after clicking and seeing our emails. And to increase the CTRs, we have templates that I provided you. The story templates, and you can follow those 2 story templates and alter the stories all together. And I have one full example of my story that I gave, and I made a ton of sales from that, and you can copy that right away and implement your product or service and start sending those emails out. So hope it was clear. We're gonna move on to actually start a campaign, a newsletter campaign to sell a product or service. We're gonna go over the important steps, how frequently you should send those emails so you don't bore your target audience, subscribers, and at the same time you keep in touch and they wait for the next newsletter coming from you. Hope this was clear, guys. Hope you're having so much fun, because I'm having so much fun recording this right now. If you have any questions, any specific questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, and take care. In this video, we're going to talk about the best times to send email and which days actually have highest open rates. Before we get into that, I want to talk about how often you should send emails to your subscribers. A recent survey conducted shows us people want to receive emails every week, at least once, from their favorite brands. Let's talk about what is the best day to send your email if you want to send it at least once a week. Let me tell you this first. Open rates don't vary that much from day to day, but the highest open rates is on Mondays. So if you have only one day to send your emails, newsletters, do choose Monday. And then the next highest day is Tuesdays to send the best emails, so you can get the highest open rates. And the data shows 53% of the open rates occur between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., which is the regular working hours. But if you want to get to the peak of it, you want to send your emails before 3 p.m. So at the 3 p.m. you will see the highest open rates, but make sure people are opening those emails at that time. It doesn't mean that all emails has to be sent at that time. So I suggest sending around 11 a.m. so people can have time to open that email. But of course, if you want to be really strategic, you can send it around 2 p.m. as well. I usually send my emails around 11 a.m. These are industry averages, but as I always suggest, do A/B testing, which will lead you to find the best results for you. At the end of the day, you will test, let's say you test sending on Monday at 11 a.m. and then you do your conduct your A/B test and send, let's say, Wednesday 11 a.m. So you find the best day for your specific audience. But these are the benchmarks. If you want to start from fresh, you have no idea, do select the industry averages so you will have a good starting point. See you in the next one. Now we have all the necessary information to actually start and launch a campaign. But as we always go through it, we need people to launch this campaign, subscribers, right? All right, so I'm gonna export it from the site that I used to use, Thinkific, and then it will send me a mail to download this many people, however it is. So here we have our CSV file, which is the one we want, the format that MailerLite accepts. If you cannot seem to upload it, always save as and right click and then download that information and save it as CSV. So as you can see here is we can see how much they spent on our site so far. We can go down, so on and so forth, the courses they bought, the enrollments, the number of enrollments, so on and so forth. These are the names. So if you see, these ones are installments if there's nothing written next to it. So as you can see, these are the names that we need. So we can create a segmentation from this enrollments list. We have the emails, we have the date created, we have name, last name, and enrollment. So we can actually target people who have more than one enrollments, right? And then we can assume that that person is actually more involved with what we have to offer. But in this case, they don't necessarily have to spend anything, guys. So we can see some people here, they haven't spent anything, right? Amount spent, there's 0. So they probably got that due to a discount or free enrollment or so on and so forth, right? So that's a good thing about this. So we got that number of people here. We're gonna go to MailerLite. And you're gonna come to the subscriber section. This is how you can upload. And then you add subscribers,
right? So you have two options, three options actually. You can copy and paste from the Excel sheet, upload it as CSV, add single subscribers. I assume you don't have a MailChimp. If you have MailChimp, you can import it from there as well. So these are the existing, how you can upload the existing ways, but which is a manual step. The other way that I suggest you do is actually get or have a pop-up on your website from the forum section. So I come to the forum section, have this, create this pop-up, and of course offer them a certain discount. So we will create one in this case, right? Let's create one from scratch that gives them enough value so they actually become a pop-up, subscribe in the pop-ups, right? So we have to give them a reason. So in this case, this segment, this people who come from pop-up will automatically populate on our website. But the thing that we need to do is get that piece of code and put it on our website. In this case, I will usually go to my Thinkific side, and in the settings section, there is a part that you can import and put codes there. Super easy, guys. Nothing to worry about. Let's create our forum. In this case, I want you to go through this because for pop-ups, this is critical. So as you can see, pop-up name, trial Udemy course, pop-up. Let's go on. All right, so subscriber groups, we're gonna add a new group, guys. So we're not gonna select all. So I want now people who actually complete this pop-up to fall into a new group, right? So if it's brand new, there's gonna be no people whatsoever. So new group, Udemy, pop-up, bam. So I create, brand new group. Here we have 0 people in it. Perfect. So I'm going to select that again and continue. Now we are good to go. Now we have all the ability, all the creativity to design our pop-ups. So guys, if you have no idea and you don't want to go really, basic templates, what you can do is, I suggest you go to Pinterest, pinterest.com. You can get really great ideas from Pinterest. So let's come here. We can say pop-up, and then you will have really good ideas, guys, here. So there's nothing from pop-up, email, let's say. All right, so we have some inspirations here. So if you like some sort of a copy here, maybe you like this design, for instance, you click on it. So let's take a look at this. Not bad, 25 off of all medium frames. Start shopping. Not bad, but it doesn't clearly communicate that, the benefit. Let's see other pop-ups. So you have to scroll down, see whatever you like, guys. So there's one which is not to do things. Good things come to those who sign up for emails. Like what the hell is this, right? Like people will say, all right, two buddy woo things, like doesn't mean anything. It has to mean a tangible benefit to a person. Otherwise, people, maybe like 70 years old grandmas will accidentally put their emails. They think they have to put it. Like not computer savvy people probably become email subscribers in that case. So we don't want that. We want actually people willingly, consciously join our newsletter. So this one is awful again. It's like we don't want that. Join the newsletter. Like what the hell? Why should I join the newsletter? Like there's no reason for me to join this newsletter. Like you're gonna spam me with emails, try to sell something? No, thank you. Right? So these you can get, by the way, design inspirations. At the same time, we're seeing what to do, what not to do. Let's go down a little. All right, so we can see, I like this design actually. I really like this design. But I don't know if we can do this on MailerLite, probably not. This one is good. It's super clear. Summer sale up to 30% off in stores and online. That's perfect. I mean, a clear benefit to me. It's coming like 10, 20, 30% off if you have an e-commerce store. Let's look at this one. Let's look at this. Subscribe to my newsletter. Monthly, you will receive something. But well, it's really small, not really. I want to put the benefit here, which looks way bigger, and people can see, all right, let's create one here. So I will choose one that I like. I will not put the time countdown this time because there's nothing expiring in my case. So I will just want to put, this one looks really good. This one looks, yeah, I like it. I will use this one. I want to have the image on the left hand side. Simple sign up, perfect. So I'm choosing this. So by the way, we have more templates here, but let's just go ahead with this one. You can always change it, play around with it. There's no one time fits all, one time that's all kind of thing. You can play around with that. So we can change the image. I will definitely, by the way, change the image. Let's think about what's our benefit. Let's say if I'm selling a course, let's say I have one more mock-up course that I'm giving away, right? In this case, let's say we're doing a pop-up. Let's say claim, oops, I want that bold thing. Yep, here we go. Claim your free copywriting course. So if you give them away a course for free, like your sign up rate will go to the roof, guys. And I want to make it bold. Claim your free copywriting course. Put your email in so we can send you the access to the course. Let's say people come in to my website for digital marketing reasons, right? Let's say I'm giving digital marketing advice, so on and so forth. And people who are into digital marketing also are going to be somewhat really, because it's an adjacent skill, copywriting, digital marketing. If people are digital marketers, they're doing SEO work, technical work, running ads, social media. But to do all this, you have to be somewhat proficient in copywriting to design the website, you know, write some good copy on the ads. They go hand in hand, and I don't like this color, guys. It is really blending in, and I really despise this text color. Use really, you know, coming to your face type of color. And this one is also really black and white. Like if your website is kind of, you know, slick-ish, you don't like to use that much color, it's okay. By the way, you will have the created with MailerLite, but I don't see this as a problem, guys. Like like to get rid of this, you have to be a paid member. I don't really see a big deal in this. So, I mean, to be honest, I prefer to have this. Doesn't make a big difference to me. I will just make this bigger, even bigger. I think it's the maximum size we can go. Anyways, I'm happy with this. So we can perfect name, email, and you can get one more thing. You can have an additional space that you want to fill information from people. All right, you can change the form type here at the bottom. As you can see, you can have like this, you can have like this. You can make it cover the whole website, but this is kind of annoying. To be honest, guys, this is going to increase your click-through rate, subscription rate, but I don't really like that. I prefer this one. It is more slick, it is more user friendly. This one is really annoying. Like this one gets more subscriptions, but for user experience, your bounce rate will be way higher if you have this. Some people are gonna, oh, where do I click off and stuff. We want to, you know, bait them. We don't want to like machine gun the water and kill the fish. We want to bait the fish and catch the fish like that, right? So let's change the image. So of course we want to have an image, sidebar background, and this is, well, let's think about. So there's a research that is done. Serif is actually they don't have serif here. Let's say if they have it. Yeah, they probably don't have. Serif is a proven to increase the comprehension of whatever is written, right? It is the only two fonts, Serif and Serif Sans. These are the two fonts that you want to use to increase your comprehension rates in any type of, you can add, by the way, privacy policy, you can unsubscribe, confirmation checkbox, but these are, guys, it's going to decrease your decrease your number of people who actually sign up. So you're adding some obstacles in their way. So if you do you want to do it, Totally up to you. New groups will pop up. Udemy, doesn't really matter. Marketing permissions. So if you include these, some, by the way, if your business actually requires them to do it, like if you have some sort of a legal issue, I really don't suggest you touch any of these. Just go with this. An additional setting, so you can exclude text on mobile. Where do you want to show it? So maybe like use sidebar at the top, on the left hand side, the right hand side. I usually use the left because there's an F pattern, proven F pattern, how people look at things on websites and landing pages. It is an F pattern. First, they see the image, text, image, text, and it goes like this. So it's like an F here. So I'm following that F pattern here. Let's go to blogs and let's use this image. So you can, by the way, get a countdown here, add additional text here, have your social links here, put a divider, image and content. I don't want to do this. I just want to change the left hand side image on here. And it is under the sidebar background. So this is the sidebar that they deem to be. We're going to click on it and we can change the background image, or we can just put a simple color here. So I'm going to add a single image, but I want to add something else. So these are the images that I really don't like. So I want to put a course image, which is horizontal. To do this, I'm going to go to Canva, as always, our best friend Canva. So it is probably 1080 by 1920. So we're going to create one 1080 by 1920. It could be smaller. So let's do with 1920. It probably will be smaller, but let's say we want to use this. And now I'm going to select this, insert it. So by the way, guys, if you are not seeing whatever you design here, you just make it narrower in Canva. So adjust the width, maybe get it smaller, or you can do another thing. You can increase the width over here. As you can see, the more we increase, the more we can see of the whole text. Don't worry about this. Start writing your text. It will not appear pop up. So when they sign up, what they will see. So this is not the best. So we want to tell them actually they are going to receive their email, in their email, the access to the course. Perfect. You will receive the access to the course in your email. And then type in, please check your spam folder. Please check your spam folder and mark us as primary for more free stuff. So the thing, the critical thing that we're doing here, so after they mark us as primary, we will not fall into their promotional nor spam folder. This is critical, guys. A lot of people don't do this. So if you tell them, if they mark you, I will show you what does that mean. In this case, what you're gonna do now is, for instance, let's say I have primary, promotion, social, and updates, right? What you can do in this case is, let's say for instance, you want to receive this in your primary folder. So you want to tell them. So click this, select this, and click move to, and then select your primary or promotion or personal. So you want to say where do you want them to see this, or you probably want to have that in personal. So you're gonna say, please star this email. Star meaning this. If you star this, it will probably appear in their primary folder, which is here. And then what you want to say, you want to tell them, actually, let's go back to our here. Please check please check your spam folder and mark us as primary for more future stuff. And in parentheses, I want to say also start the email when you receive this.
right? So now we're guaranteeing, actually, we're not going to be able to drop in their promotional folder, and our open rates and click rates will be way higher. So our main goal is not about like following each other or so on and so forth. I don't really care about this. I will just cancel this, delete this, or you can do the same. My main goal is to, get that out of the way. As you can see, in some of the cases, our image is not perfectly fitting. What we can do in this case, as I said, we can arrange the width here. In this case, the thank you image could be a little bit narrower here. Bam. Let's see the pop-up here. Pop-up perfectly fits, or you can redesign the text. Totally up to you. Instead of get my discount, we might want to change this. For instance, instead of get my discount, by the way, you can add additional fields. Totally up to you. Phone number and so on and so forth. But it will devaluate the offer, and also less people are going to sign up. So we're going to go ahead and edit this and change the call to action. Rather than get my discount, I will say get the free course. Or instead of this, you can say get 100% off. So you can use this instead of get free course. Totally up to you guys. The call to action doesn't really matter. Of course, you want to have a strong call to action, but that's about it. I'm pretty happy with my pop-up. So I click done. All right, so this is the trigger part. This part is important. Choose when you want to show your pop-up. As I said, I want to say it again, it should be minimum 5 seconds. A lot of people pop it up really quickly, and I suggest you do it around 8 seconds. And I don't want to tip this. So if you tick this, they have to see 50% of your pop-up, and they can scroll that. They can bounce right away. Sorry, not the pop-up. I mean, if they scroll 50% of the page, let's say this is my whole page, right? I can scroll only this much. So if, let's say, my website, my landing page is way longer than this, for them to get the 50% of my whole landing page will be extremely tough, and I don't want to click that. So it depends on how long is your landing page. If your landing page is short, sure, go ahead. But I tend to not tick this, right? I tend to not tick this either. What we want to do, I usually want to do it a month. A month is pretty good, guys. I want to show it every single month, which was the default option if they haven't subscribed. Visibility, always show. You can, show on specific pages. Sometimes you only want to show it on my home page, but I will go ahead with always show. I'm happy with the changes so far. Save changes. Now we have this good old JavaScript code, so it will show up on the pages. So you can do this on Google Tag Manager, as I said, or you can go to your website hosting. So it usually sits in the settings section, and I will go to codes and analytics here. And in the codes, this is the site footer. It says footer code, but it is usually also the header code, guys. So there is no specific header and footer showing up. So we're just gonna put this under the header section. So in this case, I'm gonna go down of this and copy and paste this header code and then save it. So I will just not do it right now because this is for trial purposes only. But in this case, you get the gist of it, right? And then you will say continue, and it will be active. And the people who subscribe to this will get, as you can see, this is the preview. Let's see. Yep, I'm happy with this. They can autofill this. Bam, they will receive it. Opt-in, double opt-in status, so on and so forth. So you can see how many people see this and become a member of the group, that specific group. So we can see people who subscribe to this will fall into the new group Udemy pop-ups. That's clear. So where you can see those people, go to subscribers. You can see under groups. Under the groups, as we can see, this is the latest created version, and we can say view group here. You can see our subscribers, click-through rate, and everything under that specific group. So let's say we want to create an automation for people who fall into that group. Let's create an automation here. All right, so our first automation is going to be for people who actually fall into that group. Let's create one. All right, start from scratch. We always like to build it. Udemy pop-up. Bam. All right, now we're good to go. But guys, I want to make it clear, after you make everything perfectly fine, like if it's ready, you have to toggle that on. Otherwise, it's not going to be active. All right, so what is our trigger? So let's select a trigger. So here, as you can see, when a subscriber joins a group, which group is this? The group is going to be new Udemy, a new group Udemy pop-up, which we just created, right? So I click this, allow subscriber to repeat the workflow. Totally up to you. I keep it as default and say save and then click plus. All right, so once they come in here, they want to receive an email, right? What is the email? First email is going to be the course email. So we want to give them the access to the course, right? So whatever the email, discount, freebie, what we're given, right? Let's say in this case, the course is an ebook, or let's say it's a course access. We want to give the link to them of the course. So name is going to be specifically for you. You will see this. So I'm going to type in first email course access for you. Here is your course. So I don't want to say anything else. So they will first, I don't want my first email to fall into spam folder, even though we underline that it might be in your spam folder. Some people still email me to this day, oh, where's my thing? You know, I told you to look at your spam folder, and they say, okay, it's in my spam, sorry for this, blah, 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 right? And then here we're going to design our email. It will be super simple, guys. The design email will be super simple. We're going to start from scratch. We're going to go with rich text editor that we covered already. And let's say our course is a YouTube. We posted our course on YouTube. Let's just say, and this is in private video. Like people cannot see this when they go here. They cannot see this manually, let's say, but they can only see this with a link. So you can do that specifically by customizing channel. And you can go to your videos. Let's go to where's our videos content here. All right, so you can see visibility public. If you make this private, for instance, they can only access it via a link. So I will just copy that. And for instance, if we have that link, let's say one of this video is, for instance, let's say is private, right? I will just grab that link and let's go to our MailerLite. Thank you for, let's not say thank you. So because they just having an access, they're already happy with this. Hey, name, you can put a name here. Variable is the person's name, so it will change. Let's say a person put stupid in there, if their name will show up as stupid, right? Like they will deem that, but they will usually use their name. Hey, X is your free copywriting course. And then don't just send this. This is the critical part, what they have to expect from this course. What to expect. So you want to give a tutorial on, let's say you buy a car from a dealership, right? They give you like a handbook of what to expect, what to do, so on and so forth. What to expect from this course. All right, so in this case, we can use ChatGPT's help and we can come up with a certain expectations, how to go through a course, and let's see what ChatGPT has to say. All right, ChatGPT is giving us some help, as we can say. I said, going through a video course, give me some tips, set clear goals, create a learning schedule, take through notes, practice long, engage with community. So we're not going to use engage the community because they're not going to have a community here. And I'm going to copy this and paste it here. And I'm going to go back to ChatGPT, my good old friend, and apply what you learn is good, seek feedback is good, review, revise, stay up to date. All right, perfect. I'm going to copy the rest. Paste it, copy the rest, come here. All right, perfect. Now we are good to go. So we want to make it bold a little bit. So we set the clear goals, and then we can say enjoy it. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. So most of my students finish the course in a day, so I'm using some social proof. I have a lot of students, and all the students usually finish in a day. That will give him an expectation that, okay, if a lot of people are finishing in a day, I should be able to finish in a day, right? So he will go through the course faster. And we are happy with this. So now I design my email, gave my access, so every person, I don't have to manually write anything else. So every person who completes that pop-up will be actually seeing this email right away. So after this first email, I want to delay a little bit. After this, I don't want to send anything back. So let's say we want to, at the end of this, let's say we want to sell a more expensive copywriting tutoring, right? Our main goal is, let's say, selling a more expensive copywriting tutoring, which is like $2,000, right? Maybe. And I want to delay this a little, and I want to set a delay of, let's say, 5 to 6 days, 5 days, let's say. Set a delay. You have to save it after you set a delay. And we're going to add another one, another email. Now the email is going to be seeking feedback. So let's say second, here are additional resources. Always make sure you don't exceed 40 characters here. That is important. And you're going to write email with additional resources. So in this case, the additional resources can be additional videos from your YouTube channel. Should be free. Nobody has access to this. Maybe you can say this, and then you can put the story emails now. So from first one, but I suggest delay the story email to the next one, and you introduce what you offer in the next one. So we want to give, and then ask for something else. So rich text editor, and now in this case, I want to give him more information on copywriting, right? Or let's say how you can incorporate copywriting into digital marketing, because they visited our site as to be a digital marketer. Conversion rate. So this is going to be pure informational. So we want to give some value, and you can use more links here from your website. Let's say you use this video will help you or something like that. Let's go back. We want to say, let's say view channel, and then let's find something about copywriting here, or copywriting formulas. I'm going to copy this, and this video will help. I'm going to say this. Hey, John. Let's say his name is John, or just let's say, instead of just making it up, we say, oops, you want to use the variable here. I'm going to put name. Hey, John. I hope you had a chance to look at the free copywriting course. Here are additional resources that you can use to incorporate into your digital marketing efforts. Bam! So we put that in here as well, and then you put and underline whatever you have, the information you put it here, so which was the link, and then you say if you find this useful, you will also like these tips, you can apply right away. Bam! So we are giving value. We're not trying to sell right away. So you can literally say, give me 5 copywriting tips, apply on Facebook ads, for instance. So the ChatGPT is going to give us the reasons, the tips. Grab attention, compelling headline, focus on benefits, not just features. Perfect. So these are pretty good benefits. So I will just copy this. So I just gave him some benefits as well. Look at this. And we're going to put a PS here. And I want to say in my PS, you will like my next email. Bam. So I will say next. So after 5 days pass, they will receive this email now. So I don't have to do anything else. That's the beauty of automation. So once you do this automation, guys, you don't have to do anything else. You're literally automatically sending those people in and sending messages. So that's the beauty of email newsletter. So in this case, let's say I want to make him wait a little, right? I want to make him excited. I want to make him see, oh, what the hell is going on. So as you can see, we covered in the previous sections the product launch. But since this is not a product launch from scratch, I don't want to send emails every single day back to back and bore this person. I want to send my emails slowly, and slowly meaning having delays like this. So you can have conditions if a person does this, any rule, but I don't usually use these conditions, guys. You can use it totally. Let's add a condition, if a person unsubscribes or, like workflow activity does this, campaign activity, let's say, watches the new video, clicks the new video. I don't usually do this, but you can play around with this, guys. But it is not necessary, just FYI. And after 5 days, they will see another email, which is going to be story email now, guys. The story email that we covered now, third, Perfect. Now he's intrigued, right? So you can grab one of the subject lines that I gave to you and put it right then and there. And you can say who is from Jim's Digital Marketing. He will know who it is from. So what you're going to do, design the email and use the templates that I give you. It is going to be, let's say you design the email and you use the template that I gave you. Let's say from recent emails, we pick one, the ones that I sent, let's say here. Let's choose this one, but you're not going to choose it. You're going to create from scratch. I'm doing this because, you know, the template I gave you, you have to use that template you just download it and put whatever you have in there and then done editing. And you put a PS link, as I said, and the link should go to whatever you're selling at this point. But you're going to use it subtly. You have to put a subtle PS, right? Subtle PS, and then you're going to delay. And then you're going to use another story in this case, but we want to delay this 4 days now. In addition, bam. And now we want to send the email. We want to write the fourth email. We want to, guys, send at least 7 emails to finish this automation, 7 to 10 ideally. So 4-second story. So you understand that. By the way, the name, you will see the name only. They're not going to see the name. So let's think about curious, let's say why, question mark. And make sure you don't over capitalize, as I always say. So I'm going to go to downloads and find that email automation, the story that I wrote. So let's say story templates here. So you get the second one. I want to tell you what the weird thing happened recently. Bam. So I designed the email again. Hope you're having fun, guys. This is the fun part of writing these emails from scratch. If you're enjoying this, please do consider giving me a review, an honest review. If you enjoyed this, if you want to give me a 5-star, no pressure. But if you enjoy this, I will definitely appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's get back to it, and then we paste it. Bam. And then you fill in the blanks, of course, before you're sending the email. So they change the blue ones, and then they describe your product, of course, here. And then let's say we are selling, please check out my, let's say, exclusive one on, let's say, copywriting mentorship. And let's say it's like $2,000 or $1,000, or like $750. If you just want to sell it online, you don't want to make it like a purchasable thing on the phone. You want to drop the price a little bit down $1,000, right? If it is $1,000 and over, you want to make sure they book a call at the end of this. So you can either say, if it's $1,000 and over, you can say, check out my exclusive membership, and then you have all the information on the landing page. And then at the end, there's this phone call booking session on, let's say, Calendly or something. They book a call, I give their number, and you call them back, right? And then we say done, perfect. And now we want to create one more story, and you got to change the stories up. As I said, guys, you want to put a delay here, and we're going to say 4 days. Again, now we're waiting 4 days automatically, and we're going to send another email, and it is going to be 5th email, 3rd story, and then put another subject lines that I showed you. I am embarrassed. This one is actually working pretty well for me. And now we design the email. In this case, you're going to come up with a different story this time. It doesn't have to be long, and you use the same templates that I gave you guys, but tweak some things, right? And maybe 5 years ago, something not happened to you, but maybe like the other day, this happened to my student, right? Just copy this, tweak this, and then put the PS again to the same course here. Bam. Get this email after I, of course, change this. If you have to change it for yourself. Bam. Copy. Start from scratch. Rich text editor. All right. I am pasting it here. And then you're good to go again. You're done editing. All right. Now we have 5 emails ready, rock and roll. Now we're going to delay this. And then now we can start creating some urgency to get people and put the benefits and testimonials, right? You can still write small stories, guys. So writing story will keeping them engaged 100%. Wait 4 days, and now you want to have some urgency here. Now we want to have some urgency, and then we want to start putting those urgency emails. Now let's write the email. I covered this on my previous section. Let's say urgency 1. 6th email. It is now or Never, let's say your discount expires in a certain time. And then the urgency emails are pretty simple. I talked about it, how you can write those urgency emails. Let's start from scratch. Rich text editor as always. You can use ChatGPT's help in this, or you can use the formulas that I went over. Let's say problem, agitate, solution, you know, doing. Alright guys, now we have an email that I am using PAS formula, problem, agitate, solution. Doing copywriting is fun, but finding clients frustrating. Also, you will have inconsistent flow of prospects and problem. And I was, sometimes I had no clients, next 2 months, nothing. My girlfriend left me the problem. Now we're agitating it. And then I came up with the Blaster email system. That is the big idea, right? And I can now find emails of people who are looking for copywriters, but I had to work hard for it. This will change my life. I'm not saying this lightly because it did change Johnny's life. And also you put one testimonial here, and not only Johnny, and you will say not only Johnny, it changed also Ashley's life. You put one testimonial, you put 3 testimonials here, and I have a discount now, but it will go away in 6 days. Check out this page to see what's it all about. And then you're gonna write the landing page, of course, get people to either on the phone or sell it on the website, or let's say you have an affiliate program with, you know, a copywriter, some famous copywriter. You don't have to worry about the landing page then. You just get the people to that person's, you know, affiliate normal page, and then so you get your affiliate cut from your newsletter marketing. And then we're gonna say done editing, and then we're gonna repeat that process day after day after day now. So the thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna delay it 2 days only this time, and we're gonna use urgency here. Bam, another urgency email we're gonna use, and then this time let's say 7th email. 7th email subject line. Might be too late because, right? That is an interesting one. Let's put in design an email. But these have to be, guys, to the point, using urgency, using testimonials, using the benefits, using what they will miss out, what they will get on the Heaven Island, what they will miss out on the Hell Island. And then you're gonna start from scratch again. I will pick one just for sake of it from my recent emails. Let's say this one, I'm using this. But make sure they're long and actually easy to read, guys. So use these copywriting formulas that I gave you in the previous modules. Those will help you a lot. So this has to have, by the way, a lot of urgency. Now we have like 2 days left, 4 days left. The price will go up. And if you then don't take action now, you will be on the Hell Island having those problems. And now we're gonna save. And we're gonna do one more and delay 2 more days, and we'll put one more urgency here. Since this is not a product launch, we don't want to do back to back to back. If you're launching a new product or a pre-sale, you want to do the pre-sale strategy that I covered. All right, now if you're ready, guys, you're gonna turn this on, and the campaign is live. So once people get into that flow state, they will start triggering this 4 days, 2 days, and it will finish in in like 2 weeks already. Almost maybe 3 weeks. So we have a lot of delays here. That's good. We are warming them up, but 7 days, it shouldn't be only 7 emails. As I said, minimum 8 emails. 8 to 10 emails are great, and you can trigger them to another, you can make it as long as you want. You can have 10 different stories go in here, so you can warm them up like crazy. I see a lot of people do like 10, 12 emails. Nobody else does this. When I do like 8 different story emails back to back, my conversion rates are skyrocketing, and people look forward to receiving emails from me. And you will see how many people actually completed that flow. You will see how many people are in the queue, and you can view the workflow of activity. If you are seeing no sales, that means from your affiliate or no phone call bookings, of course you need to have a lot of people coming to that queue. If you have like 10 people only, if you have 10 people and no people purchasing, it wouldn't mean anything, guys. So out of, let's say you have 100 people, out of 100, imagining the average click-through rate of emails are, let's say, 3%, but you're sending way more. Let's say on average, for out of every email you send, it's going to be 3. Out of 3, you want to have 1. So if out of every 100 people, you want to make 1 sale out of these emails. But of course, that could be a little lower. 0.5 is more reasonable. So let's say out of every 200 people joining this flow, you get 1 sale. And 1 sale meaning really high-end, high-ticket product sale. So of course, considering this, you want to have even more people joining this pop-up group. This is going to be the flow that you want to have. Of course, the numbers can go up. The 0.5 is the number that I get from industry averages. And if the product that you're selling out of this, from the affiliate marketing products and stuff, if they're cheaper, let's say under $100, you're gonna make way more sales than, of course, 0.5. It totally depends on what are you selling, and of course, is the product expensive or not. See you in the next one.
Throughout this course, we covered a wide range of topics, starting from the importance of newsletters and setting clear goals and expectations for our newsletters. We explored strategies for building an engaged subscriber base, creating compelling offers, and optimizing open and click-through rates. You'll learn how to measure and analyze your performance, and we've covered best practices to continuous improvement. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize the importance of continuous improvements and experimentation. Remember, Rome wasn't built in one day, so keep on delivering tons of value and keep on getting people into your subscription base. And we covered how to get people into those subscription base with pop-ups and also freebies such as ebooks and cheat sheets. Now, armed with the knowledge you acquired, I encourage you to put everything into practice. Implement the strategies and techniques we discussed. Use the templates I provided you. And also, don't be afraid to experiment with your audience. Maybe some other type of templates or tweaks that you do might work better than mine. So please, I encourage you to experiment with those templates as well. Tweak it as you like it and give it a shot. Maybe the tweaks that you do might perform better, because at the end of the day, marketing is experimentation. Monitor your metrics and learn from successes and mistakes. Iterate your strategies for continuous improvement of your newsletter campaign. Remember that the key to success is ongoing process of learning, adapting, and refining. I want to express my gratitude on joining this journey with me. I hope you feel empowered and confident in your ability to leverage newsletter marketing in your efforts to make more money. Thank you once again for your commitment and dedication to learning newsletter marketing from me, and I wish you great success in the future. Thank you so much.